All right, so I was saying I really don't like when using Telegram to host live session, and that's because B. All right, sorry guys. I was saying I really don't like using Telegram to host live sessions, and that's because of the restricted to have on this on Telegram. Places like YouTube and maybe Instagram or Zoom, Google Meet, or we can actually interact where I'll see you guys type and where I'll see you guys maybe drop comments. But yeah, on Telegram here, we really don't have that uh, freedom to do that. Maybe if we do, I don't know because I'm not really that conversant with this app. That being said, you guys will help me. If you have questions, you have to drop a question probably in my DM on Instagram at press_echo2, or you send a message to the support team. I would actually be reading most of the messages also. I'll be reading them and I can actually interact with you guys. I like it when I interact with you guys. You ask your questions, I ask my question, things like that. We just have an interaction. It's why it's called a live session, because I want to I want to have an interaction with you guys. All right. So what you guys are gonna do? Can you guys hear me? Is there a way to drop likes or something? I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if it's possible, but let's see. Let me see. Is it possible to drop likes? I don't know. But yeah, if you guys can just help me drop. I believe you guys can hear me, so you can just drop. What's the name? Maybe your questions or whatever in the supports. Uh, with the support handle that will be displayed. Of. Well, let me see if it's possible. I really can't do much on this tab, but it's fine. So this is what is going to happen. We'll be looking into gold. We'll be looking into maybe, okay, on our screen we have Euro USD, so we'll be looking at Euro USD, GBPUSD, uh, and any other pair or cryptocurrency or even any other thing, assets, pairs or um, things, metals you guys will want us to look into. I'm active and we'll be looking into them and we'll have to analyze it. This is our weekly forecast, so we just need to carry everybody along. So yeah, looking let's jump right into it, guys. So first things first, we have Euro USD on the screen. I know a lot of people will be wanting to sell, and that's because of how the market has been, because price has given us this, sold from this point to this point and all these things, right? But then for me, I'm not seeing a sell, and I will explain. Let's go down to the weekly for time frame, right? So for weekly time frame, we can see that okay, overall we've been heavily bullish, right? Overall, market has just been bullish. This is on the weekly time frame. Although from the external, which is the monthly, the market looks very bearish because we have this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This price stalled around here, leaving us with these guys here, right? Our price kept trading around this schematic box, inside of this schematic box around this area, right? So now price at some point ranged. So in the forex market or any market at all, we have this is the accumulation phase, right? This is the accumulation phase. So we price just accumulated and stalled. Sweater liquidity continued by it. So we want to see more push to the upside, most likely to this point, most likely, but we are not, or most likely to this point, right? Or we are not trading what we feel, we are trading what we see, right? So this is what's going to happen now. On the daily time frame, now we can see, okay, price gave us, after this push, price kept going up, gave us this sweater liquidity around here, went up, gave us another opportunity, like rather it stalled around here in the schematic box, swept out liquidity, came back down here to sweep out this liquidity. So you guys, for those of you that are just joining, I have a principle, and that principle states that wherever there's liquidity, that's where the market tends to tap into first. Wherever there's liquidity, the market tends to tap into that point first before it continues whatever it's doing. So most times you might see the market doing something like this. Let's say the market is bearish, right? You might see the market doing like this, right? And you see the market doing like this. Yes, the market is bearish, right? And boom, it continues. What just happened is price just came to sweep out liquidity before it continues. Be continued buying or selling, whichever phase of the market you're tackling at that point, or you're trading at that point. So now we've swept out liquidity at the top. That's the buy side liquidity, and right now we swept out liquidity below here because we have this market ranging. So price actually swept out liquidity of those that were selling, right? And price swept out the liquidity of those people that were buying from this point, right? I'm still going to show you guys these principles and how I use them to milk the market constantly. We'll go into gold, but let's get done with this, guys. I believe you guys can hear me, right? All right, so okay. So let's still go down to the 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame, this is what I'm expecting. Now, I was expecting price to actually come back down into this area. If I'm swinging this trade, or if I would send this trade out to everybody on the free channel, this might be a swing trade about 40 pips. Is it what is it worth taking? Yes, if your capital can carry it, right? But then if we're not swinging, I want to use probably 20 pips or 15 pips. You get, all depends. That's if it's day trading. So, but this is what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating to see price sell off into this area, right? Sell off a little bit. I want to see if price should sell or finish. I won't just start buying yet till I get confirmation. Right now, I'm not seeing any confirmation to buy or to sell, whatever. So that I'm just chilling. So we'll just probably wait for confirmation when around this area of interest. Now, there's a difference between your point of interest, sorry, and your area of interest. Your point of interest, let me just throw little light on it. Point of interest is precise. The difference between the both of them is precision. Your point of interest is direct, is precise. The area of interest is just, will I use the word vague? It's just, so take for instance, I'm probably trying to fly from Nigeria to Maryland in the United States, right? So I am just saying I want to travel to Maryland, or no, I want to travel to, let's say, the United States. That is your area of interest. But now, where in the United States, right? That's where the precision comes in. So I want to travel to Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria in this scenario right now. I want to travel to Nigeria. That's your area of interest. It's just there, right? But now the precision comes in. I want to be in Delta State. I want to be in Port Harcourt. I want to be in Abuja. I want to be in Kano. I want to be in Lagos State. Precision. You get, so we now know where exactly you're flying to, where in Nigeria you're flying to. So this point here would be seen as, I just had to touch on that note. So this point here will be seen as our area of interest. Reason because there's no precision here. There's no precise point. right? Where we think that the market is going to go tap into. So if I now mark out this area like this, as I'm like, okay, this is where, for instance, I want to see the market go into. If it's like this, I'm saying, okay, this is it. This is a point of interest. What if I'm now saying, okay, around this area, from this point to this point, I'm marking here as our area of interest, meaning price can actually just tap into this point, still tap into this point, even tap into this point here, right? Price can even go as low as this. It's still correct because of the whole thing, area of interest. I don't know if you guys are getting me, but yeah, I believe you guys are getting me, and you guys can still. I'll have to upload this video on YouTube so you guys can actually go and watch it again. So for the sake of time, right? So now, just to continue what I was saying, if I see price coming to this area of interest, I want to see price. Okay, once it taps into this area of interest, most likely, let me see how price reacts around this area, right? Before we buy, we continue buying. So this is, I'm bullish on Euro USD, right? I am bullish on Euro USD. So let's, Euro USD, GBP USD, they have similarities, just like AUD USD and NZD USD. Same way they have some similarities, just that one moves faster than the other, and most times vice versa, right? But they have the same pattern and the same movement, right? So let's go to GBP USD, right? GBP USD. I don't like to use this one because of the noise here. So for GBP USD, now you guys can see that price. I was anticipating to see price from this point go up a little bit before it sell, but now it didn't sell. So that's why we did take this trade, right? So for GBP USD, it's still looking bearish, right? But then short term also, GBP USD is going to buy before we continue selling. So it's very possible that we might see a sell continuation on Euro USD, but we've not gotten to the point where we'll sell. So I'm seeing more buys than sell on Euro USD, meaning it's already giving us the move. So this guy is going to pick up later on. So we'll have to see. We'll probably have to see a buy on this guy, right, before price actually starts selling, right? So short term, I am bullish on GBP USD, right? Short term, I am bullish on GBP USD. That being said, let's touch on on USD JPY. Don't worry, I'm going to go into gold, but when the time comes, let's just keep touching on these guys. On on USD JPY. Now, this guy, I guess they call this a bullish wedge. For those people that trade, is it chart patterns? Yes, chart patterns, right? We call this the bullish wedge because, or most people will say it's trying to form a flag, but this is not a flag if you ask me. So now we've been bullish. Price went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, went up. So most likely we'll see this guy buy, then maybe continue selling. But for now, I'm not seeing any trade opportunity on this guy. Okay, are you raising your hand to speak? If you're raising your hand to speak, okay, let me just, can you send a message to the support team so we would actually tackle your question? Just send a message to the support. Send a message to support team. All right, so for USD JPY, most likely this guy might start selling, right? Most likely he might start selling. Okay, so I'll say most likely he might start selling because short term I was anticipating to see this buy, like, but I missed it. Price actually took us out, so I lost this trade, not because our analysis were wrong or was wrong, but I mean this is the market. It happens most times, right? We lost this trade. We took a loss on this trade, although I did not take the trade, but I mean just giving my projection, you get. So on this guy, we want to see short term, want to see more sales on this guy. So we might see a push to the downside before we continue buying. We might see a push to the downside before we continue buying. So short term sell, long term buy on this guy, right? Uh, hmm. Okay. So let's see. Gold. I know this is why a lot of you actually joined this live session, but it's fine. Gold, what are we anticipating? Please, if you have any pair you want me to analyze, put it in the chat. Sorry, send it. Yeah, for those people on YouTube that will be watching this video, feel free to join our Telegram channel. I'll put the link in the description of this video. And also, if you have any question, feel free to also drop a comment. I'll be reading the comments and I'll be responding to your comments or your questions, whatever, in probably when I see them. So for gold, I've been bearish on gold. So last week we closed our trade because I didn't want to get stopped out with spread and all those guys. So this is gold. Now price actually gave us all this. Now I saw this thing, I just knew that okay, there's an opportunity for us to take a sell. So when I saw price came to this point, rejected, went up, came back here, went up, did not break this previous high. I said, okay, let's see if we would sell. Now, price got to this point, did not break this previous low, and it came back up. I already saw a sell order block around there. I knew that price was going to activate it, which when price got there, he activated it, sold for a bit to around this area. So that was where we closed last week because I didn't want to see us get stopped out with spread, then now see price do this. All right. So that was why we closed this trade that last week. That was on Friday. So now this is the market just gave us an opportunity to sell around this area. It not break. So we saw this double double top, and price just kept selling. We sold, we made profits from these moves. We made profits from these moves. Now, when I saw this before this market started selling, I just knew that price was actually going to sell. Now, this is what I was telling you guys about. We're tapping into where the market is going to tap. Wherever there's liquidity, that's where the market taps into. Now, we saw this liquidity pool here. I won't call it a liquidity pool, but we saw this liquidity zone here, and I just knew. I marked it out with this red line. You can see it. I said I was expecting to see price. Oh wow, you guys can even see that I kept this is a projection, a forecast, like a projection rather. I just marked out how I'm expecting to see the market play out. So when I saw this, I said, okay, I just knew that price was going to sell off to sweep out liquidity, right? Before doing whatever it wants to do. Now, price swept out this liquidity here. Fine. It went with a pin bar, swept out the liquidity, came back down, bought. So when I saw this, I said, okay, I told my inner circle, I told them, you guys should brace for impact. Whatever buy you guys are taking around this area, please close your buys at this point, right? Because I'm expecting to see price come back up here and sell because of this guy, this sell opportunity, this sell liquidity around this point, and which we actually did. We took out this sell. Market gave us this fair value gap, and we saw this fair value gap, and okay, we anticipated it. Price swept out liquidity because a lot of people that trade support and resistance, most likely they might be buying from here, putting their stop loss maybe around here. Now this is around almost 100 pips, which is very big, right? And it doesn't make sense to actually trade this market with this kind of big stop loss. So we we did not take it. So when we saw this liquidity, we swept out this liquidity. I just knew, okay, it's high time we buy again. And when we got into this point, let's check the 15 minutes time frame. That was on a Friday. This Friday, we used 50 pip stop loss, took our profit around here to avoid getting stopped out today being Monday with spread because of the weekend and all. And yeah, voila. I wanted taking out this. I wanted calling out this trade, but I mean, I've been on medication and I've been under the weather, so I could not actually send out this trade or take the trade. So we missed this guy, but like I always say, we don't chase the market. We allow the market come to us, and we take advantage of the market and the opportunity. Right? We trade what we see, not what we feel. Reason because most times what we feel might not be right, might not be the actual thing. Now, it doesn't mean that your feelings are not valid. Your feelings are valid, but doesn't mean it's always right. Right? So now what do we do? Echo, what's next? In all honesty, I would say we wait. If price should do this, fine. Maybe we might now take this trade. Maybe. But for now, I'm not seeing any opportunity. It is too risky to take a trade on this guy right now on gold. So in my own opinion, I would say we wait. I would say we wait. We need we the market might stall for a bit because of this is NFP should be next week. Let me check my calendar. Okay, no, not next week. This week, after this week. Yeah, next week, I'm correct. NFP should be next week. So after this Friday, the next Friday, we have NFP. So the market is going to stall a little bit to build up liquidity. So you might just keep seeing the market range go up, come back down, just go up, come back down. You might just be seeing the market do something like this now. Come here, you think, okay, market is going to continue selling, and you see this, you say, okay, we've changed bias, you're happy, you now place your pending order up, start buying, wanting to buy, you see the market do this, and boom. This might just be the moves you'll be seeing in the market this period. Now, all these things is just because the market is trying to build up liquidity and create a liquidity pool around here, right? So that during NFP, the actual move will happen. You get during CPI, all those guys, all those high impact news, there will be a lot of liquidity to take out from the market. That is why you'll be seeing a lot of stalling in this market this period. So you guys should trade with caution, trade with care, don't get swept out with other people, or you don't just you they don't just use you as liquidity, right? So that will be that to this live session. For those of you that missed the live session, do well to watch this video. Go back to this video, watch it, and so you see where the directions of the market, and my bias and projections on this week's markets, or yeah, this week's trades basically. So to those that stayed to the end, I want to say a very big thank you. So timeless, Ayush, all of everybody that I can see pop up on the screen, and those that also left. I want to say a very big thank you to you guys that stayed to the end of this video. And yeah, before I forget, we still have well, do we still have our mentorship? Let me not say what I don't really know, but I'm very sure we have our lifetime signal service still ongoing, but it will end in like few days time. Our lifetime signal service is still up. If you feel the need to join, feel free to send a DM. And we also have our courier service still available to link your accounts to our servers, and you will benefit from our the profits and how we make milk this market. And to those of you still here that has not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I want to be dropping more content, and I want to be coming live often on YouTube also. So you guys should also do well to support me by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Drop a like, drop your comment, and trust me, I've got my eyes there. I would always watch out for your comments, and I will always want to respond. I love to interact, right? So you guys should help me make it fun to also teach by interacting with me. You get, and yes, that being said, for any question, if you want to chat with me personally, send me a DM on Instagram at prince_echo2. Send me a DM on Instagram at prince_echo2 to chat with me personally, right? And to also just through random questions, probably trading related, right? Send a message to our support handle uh, on on Telegram at edge_strategy, or also send a message to Trade by Edge Instagram. Our support team will respond to you with a rapid response, right? Trade by Edge, that's just it. Trade by Edge, that's the Instagram handle. You can actually also throw your questions there. We are ready to actually respond to you. With that being said, guys, we've come to the end of today's live session. Thank you so much, guys. Peace out. As you already know, Echo is active.